Today I'm making a video talking about all different things that can cause your car to shake. It's, one of the most common complaints I get, is my car is shaking. Either it's, feels really shaky at idle, or it when you drive it and you get on the brake pedal, the brake pedal is shaking, or the steering wheel is shaking, or the car feels like when you get on the brakes, it feels like it wants to pull one way or the other, or when you accelerate, it shakes. And just want to go really quickly through the most likely. There's always exceptions. These are just kind of basic, what I've found to be true for most of this stuff. If you're driving a car and the customer's complaint is they get a shaking in their steering wheel, high-speed braking on an exit ramp off the highway, likely it's going to be your front rotors are warped. So if take it for a test spin, get going high speed, step on the brake pedal, and if you have a shake in your steering wheel, bring it back in. And obviously the right thing to do would be check your brake hardware. Make sure you don't have a caliper that's hanging up or anything like that, and if you don't, then you're just going to end up either cutting or replacing the brake rotors and replacing the brake pads. If you have a large vibration only during acceleration, and as soon as you let off the gas pedal, the vibration seems to go away, that is likely indication of a CV joint on one of the axles that has failed, or the drive shaft. Usually I see it more common on the stuff I work on. I see axles. Usually if you're not getting a complaint about a clicking noise when you're turning and rolling forward while you're turning, then it's more likely to be an inner CV joint problem. You see that pretty often, where it'll be a large vibration under acceleration. Inner CV joint is the cause. Check those. I'm just saying, check that. If it's at a standstill, the thing's always shaking. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is plug in your scan tool. See if there's any faults related to the engine or trans stored. If there's not, check your motor mounts, check your trans mounts. Make sure you're not just getting the vibrations of the engines transferred into the chassis. Also very common, motor mounts collapsing on these cars. As they're getting more advanced, they're getting less reliable as far as motor mount technology goes. They're fluidic now on most cars. This car, its front brake rotor is warped. It's probably not the best idea to let go of your steering wheel, but for what you want to do is while you're braking at high speed, hold the steering wheel lightly, just with your fingers like this, and feel for vibration in the steering wheel. New cars, it's a lot harder than it used to be because the advanced suspension designs in the front are designed to isolate you from bumps and things like that, and in turn also isolate you from vibrations that your brake rotors may cause. But you can still, if you're very careful, you can still feel it. Also, you may feel it in your brake pedal. Brake pedal could be front or rear brakes. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your rears if you don't feel it in the steering wheel and you only feel it in your pedal, because with variations, just pretty much sends fluid back to the master cylinder, and that's what you're feeling, the oscillation of the fluid pumping back into your master cylinder. So what you have to do is pay extra attention to your steering wheel. Honestly, it seems like 70-80% of the time is fronts are what causes the problem. If you have a problem in the rear, normally just the way these are designed, if you have a problem in the rear, it's likely a hardware issue. Caliper seizing, even a flex hose that's internally damaged. This is clearly front. I can feel it in the wheel. But just basic things to check. If you have a lot of times I get customers that say, check my suspension, I have a vibration under braking, and what that is a loose suspension component in its own won't cause a vibration under braking, from what I found, but it can amplify a problem that already exists. If you have warped rotors, and then you also have your thrust arm or any of your control arm ball joints, anything like that are also loose, then the vibration can be amplified because of the looseness, and then you'll get a really insane feel. So fixing the suspension on its own won't rectify the issue, but if you do fix the brakes, you may have less of a pronounced, you won't feel the vibration any longer as large, but you still may have a suspension issue. So it's always a good idea to just give the car full inspection. Of course, I'm just talking about kind of from the driver's seat what you'll see. So I hope this video helps somebody with something. So, thanks. Bye.